Really? I don't get it! Ah, jeez, this game is so... It's so confusing, everyone. Welcome back, by the way. Agent Lang, those two items, I'm dumbfounded, are not the only two to cross the border tonight. Oh? The masked 2 was killed with Babel's Primaduck statue, yes. But if that's the case, then tell me, where did Alabast's Primaduck statue go? To Babel. Precisely. Because the two statues really were switched. And this means that both statues were smuggled across the border at some point. Which means that a total of 3 items were... Oh, freaking details, man! Gosh dang it! I thought that was implied! Like, I like the 2 statues were one object. Like, jeez, I'm like I said, I'm dumbfounded, everyone. I'm just completely dumbfounded. Which means that a total of 3 items were smuggled across the embassies. I guess so. But you know what? That doesn't matter the number of items. Only that the sis is the only one who could have done it. Because the only person who went back and forth between Alabasta and Babel is her. Is that really true? Was there no one else who traveled between the 2 countries? Actually, there was definitely another person. One who paid a visit to both sides of the wall.
Objection!
Is that really so, Agent Lang? What a lousy time to try and bluff your way out of this. I checked that what the guard said along with the security camera's footage. You're not going to overturn my hypothesis that easily. But suppose there was some other way other than through the theater doors. What other way? The other entity that managed to cross the border unharmed. If I pointed out, it would open up a whole new possibility. And though I hesitate to bring this out, as long as this entity exists, and the impossible road becomes a possibility. It looks like you've got some clever idea in mind. I do, and I can show it to you through a single piece of evidence. Fine then. Let's see this piece of evidence that will show this other route. This piece of evidence will show us another way to move between the 2 countries. Well... Well, it'll show you a way to move between the 2 countries, huh? The fountain? I'm kind of wondering about that now because... I mean, I was thinking maybe this again, but that's not a way to move between the 2 countries. At least I don't think so, anyway. How about fountain spouts? Because, I mean, freaking Larry was just swimming in it for some reason.
Take that!
No, never mind. I believe this is the piece of evidence that will show you how. What about it? You're going to have to explain because I don't see another road or anything here. But how can you not see? Wolves are known for their keen eyesight. Alright. Sorry, but the only thing I see is the crud that you're hoping will stick to the wall. I need to think calmly about this and find the other road the smuggled goods took. This piece of evidence will show us another way to move between the 2 countries. Okay, then. What? No, you can't go by that like that. That's just, that wouldn't make any sense. Or would it? The crazy hair sticks? Hair sticks. I believe this is the piece of... like, I don't know, like, maybe they use it to climb. Like, I just don't get it. What about it? Keen eyesight. Oh, yeah. So, this? Why? I thought we proved that wasn't flying, though. Like, you can't actually fly, so how... Agent Lang, I'm sure you were familiar with this unforgettable photo. That's a supernatural photo, like I said before. Humans can't fly. No, of course not. I understand that perfectly well. And don't start claiming that Sheena somehow grew wings either. I wouldn't dream of claiming that. And I won't allow you to take back what you said earlier, either. I'll say it again. It's not humanly possible to fly through the air without wings. So you better have a good explanation for this, Mr. Prosecutor. Arg! But how can I prove who it was who flew through the air in this photo? Wait, not humanly possible? Eureka! Eureka! Very well. You will have your explanation. It sounds like you have a good idea simmering inside that head of yours. Let's hear it. The face hidden within this photo's blurry trail shadow is... Oh. Oh no, I don't know. What could it be? Oh? Are you trying to say that it's this? Could it be? Could it be? The Mask 2's note! This is the face behind the shadow. Ah. I thought I said you better have a good explanation. I can't make heads or tails of what you're trying to say with that. Was I wrong? Come on, hurry up and show me what that shadow that's flying through the air is. Even had you not barked at me, I would have gladly done so, Agent Lang. I need to go over it one more time. The man-shaped shadow that flew through the air wrapped in the darkness of the night. Its real shape can only be this one thing. Let's hear it. The face of the shadow in the photo, the blurry photo trail of the shadow is blah blah blah. I don't know. I do not know. Oh, I don't know, everyone. I don't know. I just don't know. What could I be? Could it be anything? Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. How could it be anything? It can't be anything. It literally cannot. How could it be? That just wouldn't make any sense. I doubt it's a pig flying through the air. That wouldn't make any sense. Passionflowers?
Take that!
It's not Passionflowers, that's for sure. Hurry up and do it. Do your thing, or you are guilty at once. It's not like I can't present a profile, so it's definitely not. Facing with this protos blurry, the trailed shadow is. Huh. I don't know. What could it be? What could it be? I don't really know what it could be right now, but it might be something. Fire? Is it the fire?
Take that!
No, it's not. Oh my gosh, I swear. Looks like I've got all the answers I need. Come on, 6. Shut up, Lang. You suck, man. You don't know what you're talking about. This is just what you gotta do and then the things you gotta do. Oh, my gosh. The guilty verdicts are piling on very fast right now. I'm stuck. I'm just in a stuck position, not knowing what the real answer is. Would you guys be quiet and hurry up and give me the guilty verdict already? Gosh, dang, that's the truth was lost for all eternity. Franziska was locked up for all eternity, of course. I wonder who was defending her in court, and who was the prosecutor in court. That's all good questions, of course. Anyway, okay, hurry up. Some of these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. That was Prima Duck statue.
Objection!
Okay, so anyway, we had that right again, obviously, because if we didn't, then that would have been, I've been like, what? No. How could this be? How could it be happening? Maybe I should be saving the next time I get to this point again. But I don't know, it's a battle precisely, and if the statue really was switched. I guess so. But no, what? It doesn't matter. Get my pencils in back in Barrow's hair. Is that really true? Objection! Is that really so, lad? Well, I started trying everywhere. Listen, I think that's not going to go in my appetite. Wait. Look at This piece of evidence will show you the... Okay. Gave me the thing again. My gosh. Should just made a cut, shouldn't I? But I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I'm poor. People can't find. No, of course not. We understand perfectly well. And no one start claiming that shit. So not good wings either. I wouldn't dream of claiming love either. I wouldn't like anything. Okay. Okay. Save. Let's save. I'll save. Just in case. Just in case you want. I don't want to have to do that again. Because then I definitely will have to make a cut. There's no excuse for having to do that twice or more in the same episode. So, at least by saving here, I can avoid having to save or whatever, you know? So you better have a good explanation for this, Mr. Prosecutor. Did I say too early? I don't remember what the freaking thing was, apparently. But how can I prove it flew in the flow? Wait, not humanly possible. Eureka! Very well, you will have your explanation. Sounds like you have a good idea swimming to the handheld. What's that? Okay. Are we just gonna just say, how can this thing fly? I mean, that's what I don't... Huh?
Take that!
No, okay. I was gonna say, that looks like a face. Like, maybe that is what it was. Oh, jeez. I think I took that a little bit too literally right there. Alright, come on, hurry up and show me. Alright, I'm just gonna present the statue. I have no idea. I honestly don't have any idea. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna see what happens, and then, well, I mean, how would the statue not break in that sense? That's what really doesn't make any sense now. Let's hear it. What do you got for me? I got you an alabaster primitive statue, of course. Why is that right? Naturally, the shadow is the third smuggled object, the primitive statue replica. Replica! You can't be serious. Yadagrasu, rather Callisto Yu dressed as Agent Sheena was inside Babel. She dressed a replica statue up in clothes and launched it through the air. Ha! Mr. Prosecutor! You left out a very crucial bit of your explanation. I know I did. She launched it through the air? Ha! And how exactly did she do that? He's literally baring his fangs at me. But he has a point. How exactly did it move through the air like that? As long as this remains unsolved, we won't be able to move any closer to the truth. Which reminds me, didn't he say this earlier? Hey sis, I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech. He called you into his office, right? So just before the murder, Franziska was called here right into this very room. If that's the case, then maybe another avenue I can pursue. Agent Lang, in order for me to answer that question, I will need to hear testimony from Miss Von Karma. Oh, what are you up to now, pretty boy? Earlier you mentioned something of interest to me. You said that just before the murder occurred, Miss Von Karma had been in the room because Ambassador Alba had called for her. And for that reason alone, you believe her to be the killer. Yeah, I guess I did say something like that. In that case, I believe it is my duty to ask her what her side of the story is. Ha! Do you really think a criminal would tell us the honest truth? How dare you! As I've said numerous times, there is absolutely no proof that I am the killer. Miles Edgeworth! Don't tell me you suspect me too! I don't. However, I can't ignore the fact that you were in this room at one point in time. Which is why I would like to hear about your movements in this room. Franziska, I feel that I still don't have enough information. Which is why your testimony is incredibly important to the outcome of this case. And why I will expose the lies in your testimony. Alright! I will lie to you right now so you can expose my lies. So what would you like me to talk about? I'd like you to please testify to your movements in this room until the murder occurred. Alright, let's try this your way for a change. But if what she has to say turns out to be a waste of time, I'll place her under arrest faster than you can howl, no! As you wish. Testimony, movements in Alabast. As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in the Alabastian embassy. After I saw the Sea Samurai off on his own way towards the ambassador's office, I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked up on the security situation. After the preparations were in place, I was called back to Ambassador Alba to his office. Franziska, I want us to make this clear from the very beginning. So what I wish to confirm is that only the time span in which you were in this office was before the murder occurred, is that correct?
Yes, of course.
I see. For now, the only way that I can see for us to break out of this situation is to ask Franziska about her testimony in more detail.
Rebuttal, movements in Alabast. As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in the Alabastian embassy. I forgot to save. Oh no.
I thought your duty was to fact-find anything you could about the smuggling ring.
Yes, that was my job. But upon hearing that the Yatakarasu had sent a calling call to the embassy, Ambassador Alba called upon to us protect the embassy instead. That incident 7 years ago. Or have you forgotten what happened here back then?
Anything related to that case we were involved in appears to be rather painful for her. It's not exactly one I can readily forget myself.
It looks like you remember that case after all.
Of course I do.
I inspected every location, every possible escape route, and every aspect of the police's security detail. I did all that, and then after I saw the CSMI off on his way towards the ambassador's office.
Well, that is cool. That is so cool now. What is the contradiction here? I do wonder, really, what is the contradiction? And why would Franziska be lying about anything? That's another thing I kind of wonder.
Hold it!
Oh, excuse me. So you were at the theater as well?
Yes, and I suppose you were also there as well, watching the stage show?
Well, yes. So Franziska was there.
Well, after the show was over, I thought I'd CSMI off. I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked out the security situation. I didn't mean to do that. My mistake. I will go back to my testimony right now.
Hold it!
Why'd you need to confirm the degree of preparation for even the speech?
For security's sake, of course. What other reason could I have had? No one knew what the Santa Claus had planned on getting in, right?
Yes, I suppose you're right.
But in the end, the other Garasu did choose to appear in the Rose Garden. Even if it did turn out to be nothing more than a shadow. Arrgh! Who would have thought that she would use a shadow?
Ike, calm down, Franziska. She must still be nursing a grudge over the fact that she couldn't figure it out herself.
Anyway, there was no one in the Rose Garden. And we were aware that the speech was set to start soon thereafter. After all, the preparations were in place. I was called back by Ambassador Albert, who was at office.
Hold it!
At that time, the Masked Two's body had yet to be found in this room, is that correct?
That's right. But Ambassador Alba was here. One could hardly miss his rather large presence.
A criminals say anything to get out of getting arrested. How do we know you're not lying?
Well, if you need proof, I'd be happy to oblige you.
Seriously?
Like I keep telling you. When I arrived at this office, Ambassador Alba was already here. He was standing by the flower box in the windowsill, watering his plants.
Oh, I can attest to that! I remember speaking with a lovely lady around that time here in my office!
Alright then, add that statement to your testimony and let's hear some details.
So Ambassador Alba was in this room at the time, was he?
When I arrived, Ambassador Alba was watering the flowers on the windowsill.
For the sake of being thorough, I'd like to ask you something. Did he really water those flowers?
The vines are supported by stakes and are still growing. It doesn't actually say anything about that, though. I wonder.
How do you know that Ambassador Alba was watering his plants at the windowsill?
What do you mean by that?
The entrance to this room is on this side of the however, the window is on the opposite side. If what you say, excuse me, is true, then when you entered the room, his body would have been like a wall. He would have been blocking your view of what he was doing, isn't that not correct?
I suppose it was a bit hard to see around him, but fortunately for me, Ambassador Alba is not immovable a wall. ... I knocked before I entered, and as I did, he turned around to greet me, with a watering can in his hand. So it's only natural to believe that he was watering his plants, right?
I suppose so.
After his greeting, we spent a little time talking about his flowers. He had obtained them himself, and is growing them with the utmost care, you know?
Yes! The plants in this room! They were all like my children!
The passion flowers in the flower box on the windowsill are growing beautifully too. All 4 of them are in full bloom.
Ugh! Miss Von Karma, what did you just say now?
I said that the flowers are growing beautifully. What about that statement do you not understand?
What do I not understand? I do not understand why a certain thing is in the way it is. I'd like you to append that statement to your testimony. Again?
Very well. There are 4 large passion flowers in full bloom in the flower box.
Really? But there's 2. Oh, I wonder. I mean, I could just immediately objection you right now, but I'm not going to. Because I want to press you first. I'd like to confirm this with you one more time. There were 4 passion flowers in bloom in that box, correct?
Yes. I should hardly think I have miscounted such eye-catching flowers.
There must be a deeper meaning to this statement. And it appears that I must take a gamble on its meaning for me to make any progress. The Primidex statues were already switched by the time the murder happened. In light of that fact, what Franziska saw in this room before the crime is of incredible importance. Well, okay, so in that case, I'm gonna present the flowers, I'm going to assume.
Objection!
I mean, it seems like a pretty obvious contradiction. I don't see why that would be wrong, but this game can pull some pretty dumb things off sometimes. It's like, what the heck? I know that was right. How could you lie to me, game? Franziska, for some odd reason, your testimony contradicts with this piece of evidence.
It does appear that way.
Ha, I knew it. I knew we couldn't trust your word, sis.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing discrediting Miss Von Karma like this?
Yeah, sir. If you keep this up, she's gonna get taken away, sir.
Eek! All I've done is state what I saw. I have made not a single mistake in my testimony. And for this I am still under suspicion for murder. Is the number of flowers really all that important at this juncture, Miles?
At this very least, it is a contradiction in this enigmatic case. One that I find hard to dismiss as irrelevant.
Ha! Let's hear it, Mr. Prosecutor. What does the number of flowers have to do with anything? What does it prove?
I believe the answer to that will become clear if we were to examine that flower box. How did this contradiction come about? There must be something behind this discrepancy. They're my beloved flowers! I've grown them with the utmost care! So I ask that you please be gentle with them as you examine them, Mr. Edgeworth! I understand. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
We're finally inspecting suspicious-looking nook and crannies? What took so long? I wanted to do this so long ago. Oh my gosh.
This watering can has a rather robust design.
Mr. Edgeworth, why are you telling us stuff we can clearly see for ourselves? As we keep wasting time talking about that, Miss Von Karma's gonna get arrested.
I better examine something else.
How about the window? The window's probably interesting, I'm sure, right? No? Nothing about that? Alright, whatever.
This flower box, it appears to be made of marble.
It looks like that way. But so what? Is it something that's so important that you absolutely have to mention it?
No, not exactly, but...
Miles Edgeworth, you do understand our current situation, don't you?
Yes, of course. I am fully aware of the situation.
Oh? In that case, allow me to ask you once again. Is what the flower box is made of really all that important?
It would appear that the construction of the flower box is not that important.
I guess not. I guess not.
This patch of soil looks like it has had something removed from it.
Heh. What are you doing, Mr. Prosecutor? Why'd you climb up all of a sudden? I'm still here waiting for an explanation, you know.
Did you know, Agent Lang, flowers are best appreciated in silence? It looks like it too. Two things were pulled out of this flower box.
2 of them, you say?
Name of these flowers. I believe they're called Passionflowers. Despite being called flowers, they are actually a species of vine. They appear to be growing well and are well supported by these plant supports.
Yeah, no matter how I look at it, it looks like there are only 2 here to me. You realize, don't you, sis? Your little lies failed you.
Miles Edgeworth! Hurry up and shut this man up for me already!
I suppose I will need to use some evidence to shut him up, won't I?
What? Not yet.
Not yet. I still have a thing or two left to examine.
Not ready to examine. Not ready to do that yet. Anyway, that's the same thing. Okay. That is cool, I guess. Don't have evidence to show. No, not yet. Oh, yeah. How about this one? Oh, okay, so that's just the same thing. I was wondering maybe that would be, like, slightly different. Alright. It's time to show some evidence, I suppose, then. I will shut him up. I will shut him up at once.
I believe I have just the piece of evidence you require.
Oh, you do you? You have such confidence in the face of your current plight. But I highly doubt it'll last until the end.
You howl like a wolf, Agent Lang. But we'll see if you have any bite to back up that bark after you see the evidence. The truth the Passionflowers reveal can be seen in this piece of evidence.
What? I thought I was gonna be pointing at the freaking dirt. What could it be? What could it be? Oh, there's some dirt on the tips, you say? Oh.
Take that!
Sheena, who was supposedly in Babel the entire time, had these hair sticks on her that look exactly like the plant supports in this flower box.
Oh. I didn't think about it like that, actually. I just like, oh, well, there's dirt on there. Oh, okay, whatever.
In other words, I believe it can be said that these hair sticks are in actuality support sticks for Passionflowers.
Heh, and so what? Is this really all that important in the case?
Oh, excuse me. Of course it is. It means that we found yet another item that was smuggled between the countries tonight.
I was trying to say that from the beginning! My reasoning was completely off, but I was right! Can't say I wasn't right. I mean, I did present that at some point to like, oh, that was something that could have been smuggled over and whatnot. Jeez, whatever.
Think about it logically, Agent Lang. These sticks were originally in alabaster, but somehow they wound up in Sheena's hands, who was in Babel the whole night. So make no mistake, these sticks were smuggled somehow, just like the knife and the statue.
Earned. Very well then. I want to hear from you exactly how they wound up in Babel.
How did these support sticks find their way into Babel and why? There must be some reason as to why they ended up there. Aha! So that's why. Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this and tell me its shape.
It's just another stick, isn't it?
And so it is, but the shape of the support sticks is what is important.
What are we trying to say, Edgeworth? Because we're looking at this right now, so I'm a little bit confused here.
For when they are used with something in this room, that's when it all comes into focus. And the object that completes the picture when used with the support sticks is...
What? What? What could it be? This isn't obvious at all.
The object completes the picture when used with the support sticks.
What? No, I don't know what it is. It can't be the ceiling fan, can it? Is it a freaking crossbow weapon?
Eureka!
It is! You gotta be kidding me!
That's a crossbow. Wait, you're not really suggesting...
I am. These hair sticks, or rather plant support sticks, they make for perfect arrows.
Yeah!
I've done it. I found the common thread that connects the two offices. But this thread is yet to be completely untangled. Even using the arrows, how does this explain how the statues were transported? Furthermore, who could it have been who fired these sticks as arrows? There must be a common thread that ties all of these things together.
Mr. Prosecutor, hold up a second. You do realize what happens when you tie a statue to an arrow, right? They don't fly at all.
That is very true, obviously. Argument, border crossing part 2.
So Babel statue is draped in the Yatagarasu's clothes. and then shot over here. Even if you fired the arrows from the side, they wouldn't go far with the statue tied to them. I don't think I need to tell you that the Primidex statues didn't sprout wings. You're a realist after all, aren't you?
Not necessarily. I don't know. The Primidex statues didn't sprout wings. Of course they didn't.
Glad you understand. I feel much better already. I was afraid for a second that you were unaware of that crucial fact.
It's only crucial because you're under the belief that wings are necessary to this equation.
What?
You need to free your mind a bit more and let it fly like a bird in the wind. The Primidex statues flew, but not on a wing. Allow me a bit of your time and I'll explain this mysterious phenomenon to you.
Rebuttal, Border Crossing Part 2.
Some battle statue was draped in Yatagrass's clothes and then shot over here.
I don't know. I really don't know, but we're going to find out whether it was shot over here or not on the next exciting episode, because that was kind of crazy, and I don't really know, man. I don't really know at all. What could it be? What could the answer be? I don't really know. It's gonna be found! Will I be guilty again on this testimony? Let me know, everyone. Let me know what you think. Will I be guilty? Yes or no? Pretty simple stuff. Can you guess whether I are going to be right or not? I wonder. Well, you'll find out if you're right or not in the next episode. See you later.